I'm a perfectionist. I hold myself to high standards, and sometimes, when I look at my work, I may think it's mediocre, when in comparison with other colleagues, it's actually much better. So for me, it's striking that balance. I need to figure out the right amount of time and energy to expend in order to get the results that I want. My name is Alicia Lane Outlaw. My current position is Chief Creative Officer at All Out Marketing. My career has followed an interesting path. I've always loved science, and I love the visual arts. I have a bachelor's degree in biology with a minor in visual arts. My biology degree has proved valuable because All Out Marketing, my current employer, has a medical and science marketing focus. I've been able to apply both of my areas of expertise there. Before my current job at All Out Marketing, I was in college participating in an internship at the University of Washington, Seattle. I was working with medical graphics, which sometimes included 3D graphics. And that's where I first started using design programs. It was a wonderful experience. I subsequently graduated from college. I then worked for the University of Minnesota in their biomedical graphics communication department. I learned a lot while I was there from my colleagues and from their resources. Soon after that, All Out Marketing contacted me because they needed someone with multimedia experience to develop a CD with their clients. I interviewed for the position and was hired, and I've been there ever since. I love to learn. Being inquisitive and a young professional, I often ask a lot of questions. People liked that and shared information with me, and as a result, I was able to develop relationships with a variety of people. Many of them even helped me. They were hearing who didn't know anything about deaf people, and they would share thoughts or ideas that I could use as accommodations on the job. For example, at one time, several of us worked in a large work area. Everyone was able to see each other. However, my desk was situated in a way that it was in the corner. I wasn't able to move it, and I had my back to everyone in the office. Everything in the office happened behind me. I didn't like it, but I had no choice. I often never knew what was going on behind me. One day they were celebrating somebody's birthday with a cake, and I just happened to look up and see what was going on. I became upset because not only did I know this was happening, no one alerted me to the fact that they were setting everything up for the celebration. Unintentionally, they were marginalizing me from the environment. I think it may have been that day or shortly thereafter, a coworker made a mirror for my desk. So then I'd be able to see everything that was going on behind me. It was a simple solution that worked. I didn't have a wealth of workplace experience at the time, and that ally relationship really helped me out. Another coworker suggested that I use instant messaging. I had never heard of instant messaging until she had mentioned that to me. So it's the allies and the mentors that have had an impact on my career. When interacting with coworkers, I most often use email and instant messaging. And in the past few years, we've also started to use Google Hangouts. Google Hangouts is a video conferencing software in which the participants can be seen in tiles across the screen. We see each other simultaneously and use the text chat feature. I feel more engaged than with text alone. In those interactions, both deaf and hearing employees participate, and we can ask clarifying questions via text. And then people can clarify points, either in English or in ASL. For client meetings, we most often utilize on-site interpreters. We prefer to use on-site interpreters who are familiar with our business and the terminology that we use. I think being a lifelong learner has positively impacted my career, being interested in the world, and that's why I majored in science to begin with. As a child, I was always curious, reading books, and wanting to learn more about the world and about science. In my current job, I'm constantly observing how the world is changing and how marketing is changing. It's more internet-based. I love the changes. There's a lot to learn, and I love the learning. Building relationships and developing rapport with new allies is important because they begin to recognize my value. They know that as I discover things, I will exchange information, and that has positively impacted my career. Another thing I feel that's important for students as they prepare for their careers is to look out for opportunities to be involved with volunteer work or other activities that are different and new for them. I'll use myself as an example in the field of design. I could have limited myself to design, and it would have been the same old thing. But I didn't do that. About 10 years ago, I was the marketing chair for a charter school for the deaf. It was a rich experience. I got a taste of how a board functions and what board meetings look like, and about leadership in general. I encourage people to get involved, especially for deaf students who've attended mainstream universities, and for students here at RIT-NTID. If they're used to interacting predominantly with hearing people, upon graduation, I'd encourage them to seek out opportunities with deaf-led organizations. They'll be able to learn strategies from deaf leaders that they'd never learn from their hearing leaders. Hearing people have much to offer in the area of leadership as well. Each perspective is unique. Those venues would give you an opportunity to broaden your network as well. I strongly encourage deaf students to pursue volunteer opportunities after college.